Jane, tell me about your two co-captains and their roles. They're junior co-captains.
Yeah, it's just like it's a good part of this year has been like an extended Christmas. The two co-captains are brilliant in the classroom. They're outstanding role models on and off the court. Their names are Carolyn Skaki. She's 6'2", plays forward center for us. Handles the ball pretty well for you know what they call a big player. Alex Lamazny, also a junior forward, can sometimes play guard. Plays the 3, sometimes the 4 for us. What these two girls have done, and especially, well, right from the beginning of the year, we were in Salem. Alex is, she's on the thin side, and sometimes we've accused her of not wanting to mix it up and get rough. I'm going to tell you, in the Salem game, she dove on the ball a number of times. She saved 2 or 3 possessions. Twice kids jumped on top of her. She just came right out of the pile smiling and gets that every single possession is important. And when I talk about as a role model on the court, her fight and her toughness have just been exemplary, if that's a good word. She's been outstanding. She's had some 10 and 11-point games. Last week when we played Winthrop, who was undefeated, I think she had 3 points, and but she held their big scorer to under 7 points, I think, and maybe she was averaging 12. I don't have the exact numbers, but so what she's done for us defensively, and what this whole team has come to understand, is that you make contributions. As long as you're working hard to do something out there, you're making a contribution, whether you're the high scorer or not. In that same game against Winthrop, Carolyn Skaki had only 4 points, but she had 15 rebounds, 7 assists, 6 blocks, and a couple of tips. So it's just immense what they've done. In the very next game, we won big over Saugus, but they have one of the premier players in our league, Norma Waggett, averaging, 17 or 18 points a game. Alex went in and held it at 4 points for 3 quarters. Alex had 10 assists. So they're finding that statistically it isn't all about points, it's about diving on the ball for the loose forward. It's about saving a possession, it's about tipping a pass, and maybe somebody else on the team getting the steal. You don't have to be the one that gets the headline, and you can walk out of here knowing that you were a major contribution, and both of these girls are doing that, and everyone else is starting to feed off of it. I mean, I've got other people scoring 12 points and getting 10 rebounds a game. We've had several different players have double-doubles this year. So what these two have done with their leadership on the court has been immense, and their desire to win, their want. It's our new word this year. It's a big print on our whiteboard. The word is want, and but it's not just want. It's make it happen. But you got to really want it to happen and get yourself to work hard to make it happen. These two captains have done that. I'm extremely pleased. They're both all-A students in the classroom.
Jane, Carolyn Scotchy, she's had some unbelievable rebounding numbers I've seen in the paper. I mean, Skotky, okay. But she's had some great rebounding numbers. So tell me, it's not just height. She's got to have some good rebounding skills.
No, we've had 9 games, and I'm not going to be way off base here, but I think she's had a double-double 5 or 6 times.
Yeah.
Last night against Swampscott, a 2-point win. She has 17 points, 18 rebounds, that's against a premier center in Ara Telkoff. So, and she matched Ara for points. I don't know what Ara's rebounds were, but what we had to do was have somebody come in and play her even, and the rest of our team beat the rest of their team, which we managed to do at the foul line. We were 10 for 12, and Alex, who was 5 for 5, hit the 2 foul shots that won the game.
Jane, just a quick question on the league. It's shaken down. English just definitely looks like the team to beat this year.
Well, it's certainly the team to beat, and I go into every game thinking we can win it, but honestly, on a night that English is on, I'm not sure anybody in the league can beat them. But they have nights that they're not on.
Yeah.
And they played their best game of the year against us, and we probably played one of our worst.
Yeah.
So what could have been a more competitive game looked really ugly.
Yeah.
That said, we've beaten some teams like the Winthrop undefeated team, Swampscott. I think we should have won the Revere game, but again, we came out flat that night, and by the time we got our act together, it was too late. We ran out of time. But looking at scores, even every one of yesterday's scores, you couldn't have predicted.
Yeah.
Teams that I thought would have won big, won, still won, but won close.
Yeah.
The league is very competitive. Teams knocking each other off. So if we can, English has a loss, and we have 2. So we know that if we just continue to work hard, that we could get that opportunity. And in the meantime, hope that someone else in the league can step up and surprise them like teams have done to us, like Revere did to us. So you never know. That's why you play the game. It's not played on paper. It's why you play it on the court.
Yeah.